I've always been someone who loves a good challenge. But recently, I started to feel like I'd hit a plateau. I was comfortable, maybe a little too comfortable. So I decided it was time to shake things up, to do something that truly scared me, something that would force me to push past every limit I thought I had. And what's the best way to guarantee you'll give it your absolute all? You invite the people who want to beat you the most. That's right. I reached out to my biggest rivals. At first, I wasn't even sure if they'd say yes. I mean, why would they? We've spent years competing against each other, always trying to get that one up. The dynamic has always been intense, but to my surprise, they all responded, and not just with a simple yes. They were excited. It was like they had been waiting for this kind of challenge too. Suddenly, this personal project became something much bigger. It wasn't just about me anymore. It was about all of us, together, seeing how far we could go. The training was brutal. There's no other way to put it. I woke up before the sun, day after day. Every single muscle in my body screamed. There were moments I seriously questioned what I was doing. I'd be out there, completely exhausted, thinking, this is insane. Why am I putting myself through this? The self-doubt was real. It's easy to be motivated on the good days, but on the bad days, when you feel like you have nothing left to give, that's when your real character shows. And honestly, what kept me going was knowing my rivals were out there doing the exact same thing. I'd imagine them training just as hard, if not harder. That thought alone was enough to make me do one more rep, run one more mile. It's funny how that works. The people you see as your competition can also be your greatest source of motivation. It created this strange sense of camaraderie. Even though we were miles apart, we were all in this shared struggle, preparing for the same insane test. Then, the day of the challenge arrived. The air was electric. You could feel the tension, but it wasn't a negative tension. It was anticipation. Looking at my rivals, I didn't see enemies. I saw fellow athletes who had poured their heart and soul into this, just like I had. We exchanged nods, a shared look of respect. We all knew what we had been through to get to this point. The rules were simple: push our limits, go further than we ever have before, and see who comes out on top. The challenge itself was a blur of adrenaline and pure effort. There were highs where I felt invincible, and lows where I thought I was going to collapse. Every time I wanted to quit, I'd catch a glimpse of one of my rivals, digging deep, refusing to give in, and that would light a fire under me. We were pushing each other, not with words, but with our actions. If he can keep going, so can I. If she's not stopping, neither am I. It was this unspoken conversation of perseverance. At one point, I hit a wall, hard. My body was done. My mind was telling me it was over. I slowed down, and I was about to stop. And then something incredible happened. One of my rivals, someone I've battled against for years, came up beside me. He didn't say much. He just looked at me and said, "Come on, we're not done yet." In that moment, he wasn't my rival. He was my teammate. That single act of sportsmanship gave me the second wind I needed to keep going. That's what this whole experience was really about. It started as a personal quest to test my own limits, but it turned into a lesson about respect, community, and the power of shared struggle. We're so often taught to view our competitors as obstacles, but this taught me that they are actually catalysts for our own growth. They are the ones who push us to be better than we thought we could be. Without them, we would never discover our true potential. In the end, it didn't even matter who won. Yes, there was a winner on paper, and we celebrated that. But the real victory was what we all accomplished together. We all surpassed our personal bests. We all walked away stronger, not just physically, but mentally. We had transformed our rivalry into a powerful alliance. We had proven that competition doesn't have to be about tearing each other down. It can be about building each other up. Looking back, I'm so glad I took that leap of faith. I'm glad I invited my rivals. It was the scariest, hardest, and most rewarding thing I have ever done. It completely changed my perspective on what it means to compete and what it means to succeed. So, if you're feeling stuck, if you're looking for a way to break through your own plateau, maybe look to your rivals. You might just find your greatest allies. Thank you so much for watching this journey with me. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.